Seattle, Washington, and everyone who is tuning in right now. My name is Jamie, and I live here in Seattle, and we're going to have some fun over the next hour. Just want to say thank you to Renegade Craft again for hosting this live event. And yeah, I think I'm actually, let me see if I can pin them. I'm gonna, actually not sure how to pin people. So, yeah, I'm not sure how to pin people. But anyways, thanks to Renegade Craft for hosting this live event. And I'm going to talk to you guys today about our original brand concept and show you guys the original sketches from my first idea to start doing hats and go through the first 3 hat designs and share some stories about them and give you guys the opportunity to ask any questions. So, here looks a little funny right now. Anyways, so I told you guys yesterday, I actually started out designing bridal headpieces. And this was about 10 years ago. So I went to school for fashion design. My background is in fashion basically ever since I graduated from college. From product development to buying to managing customer service for a online tech and fashion company. So I've kind of been doing my business on the side of a full-time job for probably the last 8 years. And then I just recently went full-time back in August. So it's a really, really exciting time for me. It's been challenging. I've learned a lot. But it's been great, and it's what I've been wanting to do and what I've been preparing to do for a really long time. So anyways, wanted to let you guys know that I actually started out designing custom bridal headpieces about 10 years ago. I made everything by hand, and I loved it. I loved working with brides to create something truly unique and truly special for a really important day in their lives. You know, a lot of brides wanted to incorporate lace from their mother's wedding gown or a brooch from their grandmother or something blue into their headpiece. So every piece was truly unique to them and truly personal to them. And it was really, for the most part, important to every single bride to feel themselves and to feel confident and to feel beautiful on their wedding day. So, you know, I did that for a couple years and I loved it. But ultimately, I wanted to expand to everyone, and I wanted everyone to feel just as unique and truly themselves and empowered to be themselves, just like brides do on their wedding day. And so I started thinking about, okay, you know, what accessory could I build on that's more of an everyday accessory so that I can reach out to everyone, and not just brides or someone who has a special occasion. So did some research, found out about the oldest hat maker within the United States, and reached out to them. Because ultimately, you know, when I was doing bridal headpieces, I was doing everything by hand, and it takes a very long time even to create and design just one. And so I really wanted to work with someone who could help me produce, you know, whatever I decide to design and develop. So I started working with the oldest hat maker within the United States. They've been around since the late 1800s, which is pretty fascinating in itself. And when I reached out to them, I actually did not expect for them to take me seriously. I thought that, you know, they probably work with a lot of different people, a lot of different brands, like, how will they take me seriously? So I reached out, not really expecting anything, shared, the things that I do and the bridal headpieces, the designs that I had done, and that kind of stuff. And the rest is history. They invited me out. I brought with me my original ideas and my original brand concept, which I'm going to share with you guys today. And yeah, the rest is history. It's kind of crazy to think, it's crazy to think that all of it has happened the way it has, because thinking back to that time, I definitely didn't think, it would turn into reality. I thought it was just an idea that sounded cool and sounded fun and something that I was super passionate about. Hi, Laura. But yeah, it was actually, for them to take me seriously, it was easier than I thought. So if for any of you guys who have a dream out there or have an idea, make sure to take yourself seriously, because people will take you seriously as long as you take yourself seriously. So I wanted to share my original sketches. And, for any of you who know my brand, know that it started with personalities of people that I know in my own life. And the hats were actually built and developed off of those very distinct personalities. So I didn't just say to myself, I want to do these hats because I think these hats are cool, or I want to do that kind of shape because I just want to do that kind of shape. I actually started with thinking about very unique personalities of people that I know and developing hats around that. So you'll notice that every hat has a name, every hat has a story, and so I'm going to share my first 3 hat designs today. Their stories. I'm going to show pictures of the people that represent these hats. And yeah, it's pretty cool. So first things first, the reason why I started with personalities versus the hats themselves is because I really want people to feel connected to the hats. The purpose in all of this is to really empower people to show up and to be themselves. And so you'll notice that all of these hats are pretty clean, and there's not a lot going on with them. And the point to that, the point of that is that the person really shines through, and the hat is just kind of like a vehicle to that special place. So when I got started, there were very distinct personalities of people that I wanted to represent, and then I kind of honed in on what those personalities meant in kind of one phrase, so that I could really get specific on the types of hats I wanted to do. So the first one was someone who's very artistic and very creative. And so I wanted to do, I'll show you guys, I wanted to do this headdress, head wrap, turban type of design for someone who's very artistic and very creative. So that was the first one. The second one was someone who is very free-spirited and likes to feel the earth between their toes and has more of a bohemian, easygoing vibe. That was the second personality. And so the wide brim hat was going to represent that. The third distinct personality was someone who is very edgy and very sharp. And what I mean by sharp is someone who's bold and confident and isn't afraid to speak, talk about how they feel, and is very true to themselves. That's who I was thinking of, that's the personality that I was thinking about for the third one. The fourth one represents more of a casual style, maybe someone who's a little more tomboyish, and someone who likes personal relationships with people, but just has this very easygoing, laid back kind of lifestyle. And then someone who's very feminine and really represents vintage aesthetic and maybe bright, bold lips, and, someone who really loves feminine aspects of who they are. So that was the last one. So here are all of the original sketches. So obviously these are not flushed out. I have other sketches that, flushed the whole original designs out, but I thought it'd be really fun to show, like, here was the original sheet, original concept, and here are all the distinct personalities I have up here at the top. And you'll notice that I didn't actually end up doing this one yet, and I didn't end up doing this one yet, which there are reasons for that. But these three, I did, which is the Phoebe, the Viv, and the Joyce. And all of those names represent someone that I know in my own personal life that really means something to me. So I wanted to show those three designs. I wanted to read you their stories, and I wanted to show pictures of the people that they represent. So the first one is the Viv. So this is one of the original designs. This particular hat represents that edgy, that sharp, that bold, that confident personality, which was my grandmother Vivian. So this is named after Vivian, the Viv. And so actually when I first got started, all of these three original hats had the story on the hang tag. Now, of course, my brand has evolved, but I wanted to read to you the story of the Viv that is on, that's on the hang tag. So let me get that for you. This was the original hang tag of these, so I'm going to read it. So the Viv, this is what the Viv represents. Keep staring. It doesn't matter what you thought you knew about me. This is my life, and I wear it proudly. I make bold decisions and never look back. I'll continue to challenge normal every second of every day. I'll continue to push the boundaries. I'll continue to be me. So that is the Viv. So it comes in this pale olive color. It comes in this like deep brown, kind of like a mahogany. It has cooler undertones type of hat. And then it also comes in black as well. And they all have like a leather hat band. And then all of my hats have this signature concho piece here. I don't know if you can see my logo, but it's right there in the center. It's hard to see on here. But anyways, yeah. So that's the Viv. So I wanted to show some pictures of Vivian so you guys could get an idea. And here she is. So this is Vivian. Here's another picture of her. We called her Toadie, or this says Tibby. So she had different like nicknames and stuff. Her name was Vivian, but like she was my grandmother, so I called her Toadie. But her name was Vivian, so this represents the Viv. She would think this is so hilarious that I'm showing pictures of her right now, but she's pretty fabulous. So that's the Viv. The next one is the Joyce, and the Joyce represents that feminine energy. Loves to wear like a bold lip, someone who loves that vintage aesthetic. That's the Joyce, which is named after my other grandmother. So I'll show you that. So this is the Joyce. Comes in this beautiful silver sand color. And then it also comes in black. This is a cloche, and it's got an asymmetrical shape, so it comes further down on one side, as you can see. And then you can pop the brim down, which is super cool. But yeah, so this is the Joyce. And then it also comes in this whiskey color, which is pretty beautiful. Again, you can pop the brim down, and you can see that it's longer on one side than the other. So it's a pretty beautiful hat. Okay, so now I'm gonna read you the story of the Joyce. Okay, so I love feeling beautiful and believe femininity will never go out of style. I respect myself and want others to follow suit. I take pride in how I look. Dressing up and looking nice is a privilege that I take seriously. My style is like my personality, timeless and chic. My lipstick is just like me, bold. So that's the Joyce. Now I'm going to show you a picture of the Joyce. Dun, 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 dun. This is Joyce. How fabulous is she? This is my other grandmother on my mom's side. It's my mom's mom. Look at her with her fabulous hair and her beautiful lipstick. I mean, come on. But yeah, this is Joyce, and this is the hat that represents Joyce. Pretty cool, right? Okay, and then the third is Phoebe. It's the third hat of the original three. The Phoebe represents that free-spirited person, someone who loves new experiences, someone who loves to feel like the earth between their toes. And this is the Phoebe. This color is just stunning, isn't it? But this is the burnt orange. The great thing about this hat is it is packable, it's crushable, it's water repellent. It's pretty fabulous. So yeah, so this is the Phoebe. I'll show you in all the different colors. So it comes in this burnt orange. It comes in this beautiful bluestone color. It comes in this gold, which is one of our popular colors for summer. And it comes in this black. And then it also comes in this chestnut color, which is pretty fab. So that's the Phoebe, and I want to read the story of the Phoebe to you guys. So, I'm a free spirit. I walk around barefoot any chance I get because I like to feel the earth between my toes. Natural beauty often leaves me speechless, and fresh air keeps me inspired. I'd much rather have larger adventure with less things. New places, friendly faces, and unique stories are the things in life that keep me going. Tomorrow is always a new beginning. So that's the story of the Phoebe. So those are my original 3 designs. They are still in the line. You can still purchase them on my website and all the colors that I just shared today. And I want to remind all of you guys that any sales from this Renegade Craft event, we're going to give back 10% of sales to Global Giving's COVID-19 Relief Fund. So make sure to check out our website. Direct message us if you have any questions. The other thing that I want to mention is for any of the hats that you saw today or you saw yesterday, if you're not sure about what hat would be great for you, with every gift card purchase on our website, we do free private virtual styling sessions with me, where we'll go through and we'll talk about like your personality, the types of clothes you like to wear. We're going to talk about your face shape, because face shape is a really important part to finding the right hat for you. But most importantly, it's all about finding the hat that you feel is you and that you feel confident in, and that you feel yourself in, because that's what this is all about. It's way more than about just the hat. So make sure to check that out on our website too. But I believe that is it. I want to say thank you to Renegade Craft again for allowing us to be a part of all of this. And before I jump off here, I'll just, the one thing that I didn't mention today as well is that all of these hats are unisex. The sizes work for men or women. Most of the hats come in small, medium, and large. If you have any questions about what size you are, make sure to check out our website. There's a size chart on there, and then we also talk about how to measure your head. So make sure to check that out. It's really important to me as someone who started the brand that, these hats, anyone can wear these hats. We're still working on providing much larger sizes too, but we're just not there yet. But in terms of like the shapes and the colors and the styles, like we truly want anyone to be able to wear these. It's not about men, it's not about women, it's not about certain stereotypes, like certain styles that you might think come along with a hat. Like we're not about that. It's all about how you feel, and that you feel empowered to truly be yourself. So our goal is to kind of break down those stereotype walls. Like if someone says, you look like a cowboy in that hat. Like we kind of want to encourage people to not associate certain things or certain people with certain hats, because again, it's all about how you feel, and does it represent who you are, and do you feel confident and beautiful, and all the things in the hat. So hopefully that resonates with all of you guys out there. Thanks again for tuning in. I really appreciate it, and I hope all of you guys have a great weekend. Okay, bye.